Hello and welcome to day one of Ski Ready, the 5-day Pilates program for novice skiers. And I'm so excited that you're here and ready to kick off this journey to help me prepare you for the slopes. Over the next 5 days, we're going to be focusing on building strength, balance, and flexibilities, those key elements that are going to help you enjoy your skiing experience. And not only that it will be more enjoyable, you will also be safer and more confident. So today we're going to be starting with building a strong foundation, and this session will target core stability and some leg strength, both essential for maintaining control and balance on the slope. And by focusing on these things, whether you're brand new or just getting back into it after quite considerable time off, particularly here in the UK. So what can you expect if you show up for the next 4 days? Day 2, we will work on improving balance and coordination, helping you stay steady as you navigate the slopes. And on day 3, our focus will shift to the lower body strength and endurance, building some stamina that you're going to need to handle those long days out. And on day 4, you'll enhance your flexibility and mobility, especially in the hips and the legs. And that will allow you to move more freely and reduce the risk of injury. And in day 5, we're going to just bring it all together with a full body ski conditioning workout designed to mimic the movements that you will use on the slopes so that you'll feel prepared and ready to ski with confidence. And on that day, you've got an option to bring some light weights with you. So I'm thrilled to guide you through these sessions, and I know that by the end of the week, you will feel stronger, more balanced, and ready for your ski adventure. So let's get started. We're coming straight down to the mat to mobilize through the lower part of the body. So we're going to start with the pelvis, and we're just going to ease out through the lower back by allowing the pelvis to rock forward and back. So we activate using the abdominals, just pulling the tummy button down to the floor, shortening the distance between your ribs and your hips. And you'll need about 6 of those. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up through the hips, nice and easy and gently. As we send the leg out long, we lengthen through that hip flexor and then rotate the knee out. And we've got 3 of these in this direction, out, round, and all the time mindful to keep the pelvis level and under control. That same leg now is going to go out wide and then lengthen and drag it back in. Out wide, lengthen and drag it back in. And one more here as we control the knee out and pull it back in. Let's go with the other leg, long leg, rotate, drag it. So the heel is staying down on the mat, and we're mindful to keep this pelvis under control and in a neutral position. So we've got the gap underneath the back. Change direction, go out, rotate, pull in. Out we go, controlling, flowing with the breath pattern. And last one. And then bring that back in. And now just take the hands out slightly wider and rotate the knees over to one side. And that might feel quite nice just to allow that rotation. One side might be feeling tighter than the other, so ease into it a bit more. And then we come up and over to our cat stretch to mobilize through the spine. And this little set sequence of exercises you could do first thing in the morning before you go out on the slopes. But I'll do another recording for that. Let's work through the cat stretch, rolling the head in, draw the tailbone in, inhale. Exhale, ripple out everything. This is a lovely exercise just to get the back mobilized, everything, every part, all the way down through the spine. As we work through your neck joints, through and lift those abdominals up And again, you'll need about 6 of these, perhaps, depending on how stiff you're feeling. And out to flat back. Coming to flat back just engages everything and lengthens through the spine so that it can then go into that flexion. From here, we're going to go into a plank. So send one leg out long. We've stabilized the shoulders, send the other leg out long and hold the plank. We've switched on those abs, we've switched on the shoulder muscles, and now we're going to go for a climb. 1, 2, 3, just bringing the knee to the wrist. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop your knees, send them over to one side, rotate, come over onto your back. Now we're going to stabilize into the pelvis as we draw those abdominals down towards the mat and then bring the legs to tabletop. Then we're going to bring the arms up and stabilize again through the shoulders so they feel firmly down on the mat. Opposite arm to leg. Take one foot down, take the opposite hand back and switch. So we're creating some stability here, some core control. And 3, 2, and last one, and hold. Then take the arms out wide. Settle the shoulders down and rotate the knees over to one side, turn the head. So we're working the oblique abdominal muscles, which are going to be responsible for rotation, and back over, control, exhale over. So up to this exercise would be a good simple warm-up exercise. There'll be another episode or another recording coming out for on the slope warm-up exercise. You know that first moment when you get off the lift and you're feeling a bit cold, or you come out of the lift and you put your skis on. So dropping the feet down one at a time, releasing the imprint, bring the legs and the arms back in. So we're now going to prepare for our first of the core exercises. We're going to be focusing on the legs, we're going to be focusing on the abs, as well as the arms, with some upper body flexion. So we're imprinted, legs come to tabletop. Send the arms down past the pelvis, so curl the upper body up. Send the thumbs back towards the ears. Send the legs out, reach and circle back in. Exhale, send those legs out, pull up on the thighs, really feel those muscles in your legs as you power out from your core, from your center, or powerhouse. Exhale, out, inhale. Exhale, out, inhale. We've got 2 more. Lift the chest, work those abdominals, pull back in. Lift the chest a bit more and reach and open and roll back down. Lower the feet and release the imprint. So we can work these exercises consecutively one after each other and repeat them if you want more. But for now, we'll just go straight into the scissor exercise, which is going to challenge your hip flexors, your core stability, and your abs, hamstrings, quads. So all of those muscles that you're going to need. Curl the upper body up. Send the hands to the outside of the knees, extend the legs up to the ceiling, draw forward to feel the calf stretch, and then point one set of toes, reach the leg down to the mat, keep the chest lifted, and try and, if you're pulling into this leg to get the hamstring stretch, take the hand to the back of the thigh or back of the calf. Lift the chest a bit more and pulse for 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. So by flexing the ankle, we can get that extra stretch that we're going to need, combining and saving time. Up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. And 8 of these. 1, 2, up, hold, and roll back down. Take the hands down, bend the knees, place one foot down, then the other, and release the imprint. So it's settling down. We're working through into the shoulder bridge. So this is going to target your glute muscles. You're going to lengthen through your quads and create some stability and core control. We're going to start with the shoulder bridge prep, and then you can take the options for the next stages or build into it. Activate your glute muscles by pressing down through the heels, so you're switching on the buttock muscles. Square your shoulders, engage your core, and lift the pelvis straight up. Now everything should feel quite tight here, and we want to stay in that alignment. Try not to sway side to side. Engage the outer muscles too. Inhale at the top, square the shoulders, and keep the rib cage down, so avoid pushing the rib cage up and arching through your back. We want to send the tailbone away to your knees, and then tap the bottom down for 6 and 5. Keep pressing up. And even as you drop the pelvis down, keep your engagement through your glute muscles. And last one, tap. Drive back up and hold. Now roll through one foot to your toes. Lift the leg to tabletop. Try and lift the pelvis a bit more and try and keep the pelvis level. Extend the leg up to the ceiling and draw the toes towards you. So we're getting some ankle flexion, which is important for us. Send the leg down towards the other knee. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, send it down again. Inhale up. All the time we're working through core to stop the pelvis from dropping up, and then bend the knee. Place the foot down, squeeze the glute in. You can feel it active as you press the foot down. Keep the heels fairly close to your base so that you're not going to get hamstring cramp. Bring the other leg up to tabletop. Extend. Draw the toe towards you and reach 1 and 2 and 1 more. 3. Up. Bend. Place the foot down, squeeze in so your feet are hip distance apart. You feel as though you've got a credit card down through into your trousers. Squeeze and then lower the pelvis. Now you might feel a bit tight in the lower back here. So here, this option, we roll into imprint, bring the knees to your chest. Hug. Opening out through the lower back. For an additional exercise that's going to challenge your abs and allow a little bit more flexibility in your spine. And I'm going to take the pillow away for this, because I need to keep the head light. So the knees are currently towards the chest. We're going to send them out at the angle, hinge them up to the ceiling, and then exhale. Roll to your shoulders, and then send them back behind you. Hold, and slowly roll back down. As you improve your flexibility and your core strength, you'll be able to take the feet over to the floor, tap, open, use the adductors to close, and roll back down. Slow, So your option, if you're not able to lift the pelvis, don't worry. Still engaging those abdominals to lift the pelvis up just a bit. Just a little, bring it up. Keeping the shoulders and the head light. So avoid pushing your head into the mat. Options, feet across. Lift, 1, 2. And if you're really daring, you can take the arms back behind you and work without the arms. And exhale. Lift and lower the legs. So lots of progressions that you can work with. Then bring the arms back. Lower the feet. Rotate over onto your knees. And we come up. 2 hands and knees. Then rolling up through the spine. Drop the shoulders. Push the pelvis forward. Squeeze the buttock muscles and take the arms up. And find some extension here after all that flexion. Take the arms back a little bit behind you. Extend the upper spine. Push the pelvis forward. We're lengthening through the hip flexors and down into the quads. And circle round. We'll go again. Inhale up. Extend. And back. And again. So we're looking for flexibility as well. And one more. Up. Now this next exercise is going to emulate your actions on the side of the slope with your angulation. So we want to take the arms back up this time. Hold. There's your alignment. But this time we're going to take the pelvis back over the heels, but we're going to go sideways. So we get a side bend and we're angling the hips to one side. And then rotate as if you're going to look down the mountain. And then come up, return center, and we'll go the other side. We'll go over to the side, angling the hips, and then rotate to look down the mountain. We're using obliques, and we're working with a little bit of balance. We're using glutes as we come over to one side. I'll rotate, tip. Getting a stretch down the side of the body because the arms are up, and over. And your progression would be to rotate, come down all the way, hands down, keep pushing the pelvis over to one side. And one up, rotate, and down. We've got some more exercises for hip mobility coming, and then up. And then we come back to a nice little shell stretch. Take the hands back to your feet and roll into a tight little ball. And then restack, roll up, realign, take the hands forward, and we're going for a hamstring stretch as we tuck the toes under. We lift the knees, take the pelvis up to the ceiling and drop your heels. So here's your calf stretch again. As you push the tailbone up to the ceiling, push the tailbone away, and then the chest down to the mat. So a slight extension through the upper spine as you extend those arms by your ears and breathe. Just allow the stretch to come down through the backs of your legs. And then transfer your weight forward to step forward so that you're getting hip mobility. Step forward, look through your legs, and roll back up through the spine. And there we have day one complete. So a quick burst of energizing exercises that will get you just started on your journey. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, where we'll be looking at some balance and coordination, because sometimes we need to know what the arm is doing in relation to the legs. And then we'll be ready to move on to the next consecutive days. So have a great day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye for now.